Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, let's get started. Today I am very proud to bring you guys my Pocket Operator Beginner's Guide Things to Memorize edition. Basically, the goal of this video is to help first-time Pocket Operator users memorize the most critical functions and features of their brand new POs, as to make it easier to begin writing music as soon as possible. Now, this is intended to be strictly a beginner's guide, so while Pocket Operators can get quite deep and complicated, today we're just going to be sticking to the basics. Also, I've chosen to use my favorite Pocket Operator, the PO24 Office, for this demonstration, and while there are indeed a few differences between the different Pocket Operator models, for the most part, this guide should work fairly universally with all of them. So the first thing you're going to want to memorize how to do on your Pocket Operator is to switch between the different available sounds. Now, most Pocket Operators have 16 different sounds available on the 16 different pads, numbered 1 through 16. And switching between them is really easy. Simply find the sound you want to switch to. Let's say sound 7. Then you're going to hold the sound button and then press number 7. That's it. Now you've switched to sound 7. You can turn on write mode and input sound 7 wherever you'd like, or you can edit the parameters of sound 7. You've got sound 7 ready to work with. If we wanted to switch to, say, sound, 12, once again, we hold the sound button right here, press sound 12. Now we have sound 12 selected. Next up, it's very important to memorize how to switch between patterns. And this is actually just as easy as switching between sounds. It's just, instead of holding the sound button down, we're going to hold the pattern button down, which is this one right here. So when we hold the pattern button down, we're going to see any of our occupied patterns will instantly light up. So right here, I can see that pattern 7 and pattern 8 both have notes already entered in them, whereas pads 1 through 6 and then 9 through 16 are completely empty because there's no light on them. The flashing pattern means that we are currently on pattern 8. That's the one we have selected. It sounds like this. Let's say we want to switch to pattern 7. Well, it's really easy. We just hold the pattern button and press 7. Now you'll see that 7 is blinking, meaning that we've selected pattern 7. A little bit different. If we want to select an empty pattern so we can start working on a new beat, we simply hold the pattern button and select the empty pattern that we'd like. Let's try 16. As you can hear when I hit play, there's nothing currently on pattern 16. We're ready to work. And of course, the way we get to work is by turning on write mode. And the next important thing to memorize on your Pocket Operator is what your write mode indicator looks like. So on all of the Pocket Operators, there will be a little indicator when you turn write mode on and off that shows whether write mode is on or off. And this is very important to know what it looks like. And that's because when you're in write mode, the pads behave differently than when you're not in write mode. The indicator is different on every single Pocket Operator. On the PO24 Office, it's that little black square with the circle in it right there. Write mode is on, write mode is off. Write mode is on, write mode is off. Like I said, it's different on every single model, so you need to just press the write button, which is this one right here, and pay attention to your screen and see what changes. You need to learn what that write mode indicator looks like. Again, this will save you a lot of time and probably some headaches when you're trying to figure out why something's not working the way you want it to. Make sure you are in the right mode by learning what the indicator looks like and committing that to memory. Next up, I'm going to show you how to chain patterns. Chaining patterns is super easy. Basically, it means that we can have, let's say, pattern 7 play, and then it go right into pattern 8, and then right into pattern 16, and so forth. Basically, you can create a song this way. And depending on your Pocket Operator, you can either chain 64 or 128 patterns together, so you can get some pretty long stuff going. It's very easy to chain them. Simply hold the pattern button, select the pattern you'd like to start with. Let's say we want to start with pattern 7. We're still holding the pattern button. Let's say we want to go to pattern 8, so we'll click that. The screen now says L is 2, as in we now have a 2 pattern loop. I'm still holding the pattern button. Let's go to 16. Let's go back to 8 again. And you can actually play the same pattern multiple times. So let's end it by clicking pattern number 7 4 times. Now it says L8. So we have an 8 pattern loop. All we have to do is press play, and we're going to hear it cycle through all those different patterns. Now it's playing pattern 7 4 times. That's a pretty boring pattern to repeat that many times, but you get the idea. And finally, we're going to talk about copying and pasting as well as deleting patterns. So these are two shortcuts that are very, very important. To copy a pattern, simply go to the pattern first that you'd like to copy. Let's say we want to copy pattern 16, which is this one. Now to copy it, we're going to hold the right button and then hold the power button while we're still holding right. We'll notice that pattern 16 is now flashing. That means it's been copied. Now we can paste it by choosing any of the unoccupied pattern slots and pressing that button. Let's paste it into slot 10. Now we can release everything. We'll see that we're now on slot 10. Let's listen. There we go, we've successfully copied pattern 16 into pattern 10. Now we can edit and treat pattern 10 like a completely different pattern. Deleting patterns works in a very, very similar fashion. So once again, we want to select the pattern that we want to delete, make sure that we're on it. So let's say we want to delete pattern 16. So we go to pattern 16. Now what you're going to want to do is hold the function button on your Pocket Operator. Now this button is different depending on the model that you have. Every single Pocket Operator has a different function button, but it's always in the same spot. On the PO24, it's the solo button, but it's always the button directly right under knob B, right here. So you're going to hold that button down, then you're going to tap the pattern button, and that's it. The pattern that you had selected is now deleted. When you hold the pattern button down, it's still going to be flashing because you have that pattern selected, but if you move away, you'll see that that pattern slot is now completely empty. Copying and pasting patterns is vital to navigating the interface and workflow of the Pocket Operators. That's basically what everything is built around, and it's a really, really great way to quickly build up a track. So there you have it. That was 6 different things to memorize to get you started as fast as possible on the Pocket Operators. Again, they can get a lot deeper than that, but once you learn how to switch between your sounds, switch between your patterns, quickly toggle write mode on and off while knowing if it's on or not, chaining your patterns as well as copying and deleting them, you'll be flying through the Pocket Operators and you'll be ready to tackle some of those more advanced techniques. So I do hope this video helped you. If it did, go ahead and leave a like on the video. If not, you can leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Of course, if you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I will get back to you. There's also a bunch of knowledgeable people here in the Freebeat community that will probably respond to you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet already. Ring that notification bell. I do upload every single day. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.